What's good YouTube, Jamie the Kid 00 here. I'm back on my first ever installment of my regular deck profiles. This Tuesday, well it is Tuesday, it's going to be building on a budget. I've decided that I'm going to separate my Tuesday and Thursday deck profiles into two different types. Tuesdays I'm going to build cheap decks that anyone can play for really cheap, with no tour guides and everything like that. And then all my expensive pro decks will be on Thursdays. So this is going to be a segment, well, today's video is going to be on Hero Beat, or Hero Face Beat as I'm going to be calling it in the title. Every card in this deck should set you back less than £5 or $8, I think it is. They're all very, very cheap, so you can build this deck easily, and it will be quite good in the format, I feel, especially with the new stuff coming out. So let's get straight into it. Let me see if I'm in camera. Yeah, I'm in shot. We're going to start off with the 3 Neos Alias, because what Hero Beat deck doesn't play triple Alias? And I still like to play the 1 Evocator Chevalier, because it gives you an extra Gemini target for your Gemini Spark. It's 1/9, and it works with Miracle Fusion to make Nova Master. It's also a Warrior target, so it's searchable. It just has very good synergy with the deck. What more do I have to say about that? I'm also playing 2 Bubble Men and a Stratos. I don't have another Bubble Man kicking around. These are all available in common. In fact, this is common. Stratos is a great searcher for setting up your aliases for your plays. And it's just generally helpful. And Bubbleman is very helpful when you're running low on cards, when you have no cards and you need to generate advantage again. It's an easy special summon, and it's also great food for Miracle Fusion and the like. Moving on, we have Triple Thunder King. These cards have been released in common now, in 2 sets, so they're really quite cheap to get. I suppose they might be a little bit more than a $5, so I may have lied, but these are great in the deck. They offer you a very useful stun element. They're honestable. There's not much else I can say about Thunder King. It's just so useful in the current meta. It also offers you a solution to wind-ups and Rabbit, because they have a lot of trouble getting past these, and playing 3 is just great in the current meta. So 3 Thunder King is definitely great. I'm playing 2 Photon Thrasher over Thunder King, so not over Cyber Dragon, because of its search ability, it being a warrior. It's a 4, so you can Xyz off of it. It's just very useful in the deck. Again, not much else you can say about it. It's just far more synergetic than Cyber. Next up, for the hand traps, we play the 1 Gauze, because it's Gauze. Play the 1 Honest, because the deck's almost entirely light. And because they were released in a special edition, we'll play 2 Veiler. The super ones are worth nothing, so you can get super ones very easily. Onto the spells, we play the 1 Reborn, the 1 Dark Hole, the 1 Storm, the 1 Book. We play 2 MSTs, 2 Duality. I don't have a second Duality kicking around, so just 2 Duality. 3 Gemini Sparks, because these cards offer you great card advantage and they're great spot removal, so they're just so useful. So 3 Gem Sparks. They're available in turbo packs, so they're very easy to get hold of. 1 Reinforcement of the Army and 3 equals. Oh, dropping everything. To search your Geminis, your aliases, just whatever you should need for the situation at hand. These are also great when you top deck 1 with no cards on field to get into Bubble Man to get you your recycles. Well, sorry, to get you your card advantage back. And then I play 2 Miracle Fusions because the UK is finally going to have Shining at the end of the month, so Miracle Fusion is more relevant over here. So that's the spells. Onto the traps. Play 2 Torrentials, because this deck runs it runs a lot of strong monsters that can just drop out, so you can afford to Torrential them. We play 2 Compulsory, because Phoenix Chain is too expensive. Compulsory is great in the current meta, not much else can be said. The 2 Hero Blasts for recycling your aliases. These are great for using against Insectors and Rabbit, so just really useful. Then we play the 2 Warnings and the Judgment. The Warnings because they're tin promos, they're really cheap, and Judgment because it was in a star deck. That's it for the main, and the best thing about this deck is you really don't even need an extra that much. Your extra can quite simply be these following cards and some random Xyzes which you can get for really cheap. You can play stuff like Neos Knight, just easy enough. The Shining, absolutely broken card in this deck, and it's coming out in a tin. When they come out, the new masked heroes are going to be very useful, so you can start taking in Mask Change, which again, they're going to be in tin packs. You can play Vision Hero Trinity. He was a really bad super from Generation Force. Well, a really cheap super from Generation Force. He's really quite powerful, really useful. Actually, I just realised you can't get him out in this deck. Ignore that. I don't play Poly, so you can't make him. We play the 1 Nova Master for use with, what's he called? The Evocator de Chevalier. Play the Absolute Zero, which is a special edition promo. Absolutely broken, especially when you can use Mask Change to Mask Change this off the field into an Acid. This destroys monsters. When Acid comes out, it destroys spell traps. You can do the math, clear field. The Gaia for the Earth, and this is my Great Tornado because I can't find mine. And other than that, you just want to play some Utopias and Blade Armor Ninjas, and Heroic Champion Excalibur when it eventually comes out for your extra deck. As your Xyzes, you don't even need Synchros, you can put them in if you want to, but if you're trying to keep this deck cheap, just pick up some Blade Armor Ninjas. They're worth like a $5 each. They're a super from Order of Chaos. But otherwise, guys, this has been my first building on a budget. This has been Hero Face Beat. I'll see you guys tomorrow with my first episode of Play It Like a Pro. Otherwise, this has been Jamie the Kid. Peace out.